Hello everybody, Naughty Nan and Daz here. Well, this has turned out to be a day, hasn't it? Yes, it certainly has. What I want to know is I was waiting to hear what the new rules were going to be of the House with Kevin McCarthy. But now we find out that there was some classified material found in a closet in Joe Biden's old office after he got out of the White House. Now, this office had all this stuff locked into a closet somewhere in his office, and he hasn't been there since 2019. So we got to find out a little bit more about this and chain of custody and all the rest of the stuff and how that shit ended up in his closet. But what are the GOP going to do next? What's next for them? Well, let's dig in just a little bit, shall we? First of all, they were saying when everybody rated Donald Trump for having over 100 documents, 95 were top secret compartmentalized information. A bunch more were top secret. Some were secret. There was over 100 full documents. Apparently there's only 12 pages only. Secret is secret, right? Doesn't matter 1 or 10, but these were all locked away in a box in Joe Biden's vice presidency office that he took after he got out of the White House. So he hasn't seen them or been around that room since 2019. So anyway, a little bit of a difference going on here. When it was the Democrats going after Trump for the raid at Mar-a-Lago, they were demonizing the DOJ and the FBI, demonizing it, using it for their own ends, just to persecute poor old Donnie Trump. Now that the shoe's on the other foot, who's weaponizing the DOJ and the FBI now? Who's jumping on that bandwagon with both feet and the fiddles are blasting? Who's doing that? See, turnabout is fair play. If Joe Biden's guilty, then he's guilty. But you know what? There's a few differences here. And this is one that Scott Jennings brought up on CNN just a few minutes ago. Now, he said that as soon as they raided Mar-a-Lago, everybody knew about it and all the news cameras, it was all over the place and they were all going on about it. And this was found, apparently, Joe Biden's stuff was found in November. But we're just finding out about it now. But what all the people seem to fail to realize is, before that, the FBI went down there and did the raid on Mar-a-Lago, there was over 1.5 years worth of stuff that nobody fucking knew about. Nobody knew nothing about them first sending the letter saying Kim Jong-un's love letters are missing. And the great big, the big dick pic he put on that map there for the hurricane pictures. Yeah. When they were asking for it, nobody said anything about none of that stuff. And then all the subpoenas that were issued. It wasn't until like the following May when the first subpoena was issued, you heard a little bit about it. And then you heard nothing until June when they actually went and got some stuff and then they signed off on it and found out that there was a whole shitload of stuff still there. Now see, when they found Joe Biden's stuff, as soon as the attorneys that were closing out that office and the security and stuff, they went in and found them right away. The first thing they did was ship them off to the archives. This is what you're supposed to do. When you find that shit, you ship it off to the archives. It's not supposed to be out of a secret location or whatever anyway, out of a skiff. But it is what it is. But it's how both sides handled it. That's what I think. Now, Joe Biden's team whipped that off right away. The archives got it, and the first thing they did was send it out to be investigated by DOJ. That's what they're doing. They're following the law. That's the way it has to go. And if Joe Biden did anything, then he deserves punishment the same as that fat bastard down in Mar-a-Lago does. Just saying. Now, Congressman Donald, that was the kid that was, well, I call him a kid, the young fella that was on the floor there, that they put his name forward to be Speaker of the House, the Republican from Florida there. Now, I thought he was an upstanding guy, hearing him talk and stuff like that. Then he comes out with, he says that the vice president shouldn't have highly classified documents. The only reason why the president should have it is because he can declassify them. What in the name of Christ? Did he do any type of schooling when it comes to all this shit, rules and regs? I'm sure he's going to have a class. They've got to have a class. Please, God, tell me there's a class. Because the likes of Bobert and all the rest, please tell me there's a class that they have to take to learn about classified and all the rest of the stuff and how that shit actually works, not how they think it does. Please. But anyway, that's what he's on about. And then McCarthy said, when they asked him about it, he went, "Oh, really? They just found that stuff after 6 years? Really?" All sarcastic and whatnot, like they're all lying and they're saying that's when it was. But when they turned about and asked him about, well, what about Trump? He had zero to say. Zero, because he's still sucking on his arse. That's why he had nothing to say about him. Because Trump is giving him the attaboys and stuff, so he's got to get down on his knees again. That's what his whole two years that he's going to have as speaker, that's all he'll spend it on, is on his fucking knees to Donald Trump. I'm just saying. But anyway, then James Comer, I think he's going to be in charge of Ways and Means or some friggin' committee anyway. He's going to be the chairman. But he said he sent a letter to the archives to get more information. Because of course he did, right? How many letters did he send to the archives and everybody else when they found out that Trump had those giant boxes and boxes and boxes of classified? How many letters did he send then? I can tell you, none. Absolutely none. And then he turns around with this smart-ass quip. So now are they going to turn around and raid the Biden Center now? Is that what they're going to do? They're going to go in there and raid that? And old fucking Mango Moose Knuckle down there, more local, is going on saying that how many houses of Joe Biden's are they going to go and raid? Well, so far they found this in an office that he hasn't even been in since 2019, where old Moose Knuckle there had imposters posing as Rothschilds, because he likes the money, right? He likes the money. And had her in his friggin' office while he had highly, highly classified, probably the nuclear codes in his friggin' desk drawer. Not that they'd be any good then, but all them highly classified documents in his desk drawer that he sits at every goddamn day and can't say that he didn't know they were there because it's his desk and he's there every day. So he had people traipsing in and out of that office as he's showing off. He showed off to Bob Woodward. How many friggin' documents did he tell him about that he had? So let's go on about that stuff. And then Biden's old attorney, when he found them, the first thing they did, they turned them over. As soon as they found them, they turned them over. Trump stole them, directed their path from where he had them squirreled away at the White House, directed their path, the back channels to get them out of the White House, got them down and took them to his personal home. A little bit of a difference there, don't you think? And then he lied about it. Now, Biden's White House is cooperating, and it did turn over everything to the DOJ. That's what you got to do. Wait for them to investigate. The GOP, now they're on about Hillary and her emails again. That should be interesting, right? Bunch of fools. But Trump, on the other hand, he lied and hid them and magically declassified them with his mind. That's what they were going. They actually said that he declassified all them documents. He did not, because there's no chain of command and there's no signatures write-offs, because it's got to go through channels before shit like that gets declassified. Can't just do it with your mind, Donnie. Can't do that. Then Biden said they're looking at chain of command, who signed off on them and when, and who sent them to Biden's think tank at the university there, put them in a locked closet. Still more secure than a pool house at Mar-a-Lago, just saying. And then Trump had over 100 classified documents. He had a bunch of top secret. I think it was 91 top secret compartmental. I can't even say that word. Never mind. Move along. Just move along. So far, Biden's got less than 12. And it doesn't seem like, I know they're all top secret and oh, fuck it, I can't say that word, never mind. So their whole premise right now is, you ask them about Trump, and the first thing they say is, look over there! Look over there! right? So that's how that's going to go. I just think it's all bullshit myself. But if there's something to see, we're going to see it. But at least Joe Biden's team went about it the right way, turned it in. It's being investigated by the DOJ. The archives now have it. It's safe and sound. Much to, I don't believe Trump's is, so I think he's got some of that shit squirreled at Bedminster there. Might even be Ivana's friggin' casket. Can't imagine. Think he's smarmy enough to do that? I don't know. Nobody was at that graveside, so one never knows. Anyway, Naughty Nana loves you. Whew, I ran out of time. Bye. Mwah. I love you. Like me, subscribe to my channel. I'm over 5,000, want to stay that way. Share it with your buddies. Like me, love me, thumbs up. Yeah, okay, gotta go. Bye, 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 bye.